Yeah, so this is one of the most important things I've learned through my spiritual journey is that when I started my spiritual journey, right, I didn't, I was pretty much, my intention was I need to learn to get to know who I am. I'm looking back way before I even got all into all this consciousness and spiritual this and spiritual that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what even got me started to even go this far, right? But since I didn't really know myself at that time, I didn't really know what my true motives were at first when I wanted, to become so-called spiritually enlightened, right? So I got excited. To me, spiritual enlightenment was, I thought it would just be like, I'm in heaven and everything's just wonderful and everybody's gonna like me and maybe I end up being famous and rich at the same time, rich and spiritual, and I'll be known and people see how I have powers and spiritual gifts and all these different flashy things, right? Now that was going on in the background when I first started off. Now this is like early 2000, late 2010. So it's like pretty much I was all into my ego, and I found that now looking now, that's not true. I used to think that when I step into a room, I'm enlightened now. I have light. So when I step into a room, you're gonna see like a flash of light, "Oh," and this guy feels like Christ and godly, and that's the reaction I thought I was gonna get. So now that I look at the point I'm trying to say is that we don't, or we, or I didn't, we don't do spiritual workings and inner works to become better human. There we go. We do our inner work to become a better person, not to become a better human. You know, to be a better human is just to be a person that's just living everyday life and just taking in what we're taught. That's as far as it goes. Humanity is pretty much trapped. Wow. So I'm back. Had to get some water. I was thirsty. But anyway, so pretty much humanity, or the part that makes us human, is the flaw. I mean, I'm sure you've heard this before. So the part of us that's human, from our past experiences and all the negative things that happen to us, all the pain, all the trauma, all the drama, all these things that make us who we are, and overprotective. I'm sorry, but pretty much, um, yeah. So I was just inflating my ego. I was using my spirituality to boost my ego instead of actually calming my ego or taming. I would say taming my ego, meaning allowing my spirit to take control and put my ego on the leash so that I can pull in information and the will of the Most High, God, or all, whoever you worship, to be in command. But I was focused on becoming a better human. And to me, being human is just um, insecurities. The part of us as human, the only reason why the part of us as human is so flawed and crazy, crazy and out of control, or we let it get out of control, is because humanity is trapped in insecurity. Because the ego is insecure. It naturally feels it has to be perfect because it knows it doesn't exist. It's not even real. So it makes us feel insecure. So let's say example, to be a better human, I just get jealous every day. My woman looked at another man and I'm now insecure and I'm feeling really jealous and now I start an argument. Human, um, trapped my insecurity. I see a guy with a nice flashy car and his car look better than mine. I'm looking at his car, I'm checking his car, I'm comparing my life to his. Human. Um, I'm feeling ashamed because his car looks better than mine, or his house looks better than mine, or he has more than me, or she has more than me. Um, and that's shame. Human. I've done some things in my life, and I feel regret and guilt. I haven't really dealt with it, and I just bottled up inside, and it caused me to be aggravated and be a crazy human. Human. So we are already human. We're not doing this inner work to become more human. We do the inner work um, to overcome the part of us that's human and flawed and in pain, so that we don't let that get in control of our behavior and our attitudes. So therefore, if I have my humanity, the part of me that's human, personality, likes, dislikes, my opinions, I don't know, just certain things about me, but especially my temper. Yeah, there we go. How I focus on my temper and how I react to things based on my temper and my agitation. Now that the inner work that I have done to allow myself to become one, um, I realized that all I was doing was allowing my spirit to express itself. It's not even an it, but I allow spirit to come through and just be, and allow me to overcome the part of me that's human. Because Sometimes I get really lustful and I want to chase women, you know, and I'm quite celibate right now for a very long time. I'm separated from my wife, and sometimes it gets really hard. And I go, well, Buddhism and sitting in the state of Buddha and doing yoga and just in a spiritual sense, not yoga, just doing it just to do, just like the new age is doing it just to do it as an exercise. No, I'm saying like yoga, serious yoga. When you get into allowing your mind and your body to become one and having to control your body and its impulses and allowing and just understand that's just your body reacting to something, but it's not really what you want. It's just your body wants to feed off of it. So those things to my spirituality, my inner work, um, it allowed me to overcome that. So I can say, wow, I don't really want that. My body wants it, but that's not really me. I'm a spiritual being beyond this, and nothing here has control over me. I have control over my five senses now, because I am more than five senses. I'm just saying that's just what I experienced through my spiritual work. You know, I've studied a lot of things. Practiced Buddhism. I read about Hinduism, and I love Hinduism. Um, their state of spirituality is wonderful, and especially studying Egyptian ancestry and all that good stuff. Doing yoga and doing healing teas and chakras and healing my chakras. I did a lot of things. Kundalini yoga and Tai Chi, and I still do Tai Chi, Qigong every now and then. And those are things that I do to stay in my spirit, because I know there's a part of me that's human that wants to act up, the human part of me wants to go crazy, yeah, da, da, da. I'm like, I'm just being for real, I learned to calm down because of my exercise. My spiritual exercise allowed me to pretty much rise above my human emotions and stuff, You get what I'm saying? And people say, well, how do you do it, man? You stay to yourself, you don't get into a lot of trouble, you don't chase women, you pretty much just solid and grounded. I said, well, I know I have my five senses. I want to be stimulated, but I'm above those senses. And right now I need to stay calm so I can do what I need to do for my mission on this planet Earth, I have a spiritual mission that I'm on right now. And I need to stay focused, for real, seriously. So like I said, the spiritual work, the inner work, it's not about becoming a better human. It's not about going to, because even like to say if someone was go to church and they read the Bible and stuff like that, or someone reads the Quran or whatever case may be, whatever spiritual book you read, we can read it, we can do all the spiritual stuff, but if we're not using it for inner improvement to become a better person, then you just read it and become more knowledgeable. And we can just talk and sound smart and sound deep and sound connected. But to really do your spiritual work, I don't care what it is, Bible, Quran, any religious or belief system you have, is to really take that information and throw it inside of yourself and see what it means deep within your being. And then things become a lot more clear. So we can study and meditate all day long, but what does meditation do if it's not useful to allow you to become the better person? So, that's all I have to say is that all the inner work and spiritual work, you have to implement it, use it to become a better person and to really want to know spirit, know who you are. And then things will just become so calm and clear. Life will become very easier. A lot of the battles we have will just melt away because we're just not focusing in the right place, because we're not in the right state of mind, because we're being disconnected from spirit and soul and all that is in the universe. And all I have to say is do the inner work and really actually do it, because we can listen to radio shows and listen to all these deep things about consciousness and this and that and do yoga and Tai Chi, whatever the case may be. But if you're not using it to actually become a better person, to actually focus inwards. So I read a chapter in a book and I go, okay, these words and phrases say this, but what does that mean inwards? What does that mean within myself that I have to express? How does that help me? I don't want to just hear it. It sounds like wisdom and just be like, okay, the book said that. What does it mean to me? And how do I allow these words to transform who I am so I can see God or universe or whoever you pray to within my own being, within me, except just in being an idea because I read about it, It's about inner work. So inner work, again, is about becoming a better person, not becoming a better human, because we're always going to be human, I can get on somebody's nerve and piss somebody out in a minute. I can get egotistical in a minute, But at the same time, I found calm in that. Because peace comes in pieces. It takes time.